Hello, believers, non-believers, and everyone in between. You're listening to Stories with Sapphire. I am Sapphire Sandalo. Now get cozy and open your mind because it's story time. Hello, everyone. Happy Halloween and welcome to the Halloween special. I'm Sapphire and happy Halloween. Hello, Tim. Oh no, I'm going to mispronounce your name. Sorry. Tim Shang, G60091, Ariana, Grim in Darkness, Abigail Tantrum, Plores, Dro Productions, Zach Bird, Emmy Plays, ABC 512, Lindsay Lopez, Adam Lombardo, Jamie E, Kimaya Morrison, S, Nellie Ash. Welcome! Thanks for hanging out. A Weekly Creep, Dragons, Last Fill. Thanks for coming. So the way it's going to work today is I'm going to read a couple of your emails. I'm also going to show you some new animated videos I've been working on. Really excited to share those because one is incredibly bonkers. And then near the end of the stream, so whoever is, I don't know, maybe we'll do, depending on how much time we got, the top 2 or 3 donators in the super chat will get a personal card reading. I have a couple decks out here. I'll do a 2-card reading for you. And then I'll also do time willing. I'll do like a collective reading too. But yeah, if you want like a personalized card reading just for you, then you can donate in the super chat. You just click on the little $sign in the chat box and then you can donate. So whoever is the top donator, you'll get one. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Actually, before we begin, I'm so curious, what is everybody dressing up for Halloween as? Me, I'm gonna be a Ouija board. It's so lazy. And then my husband didn't know what to be and he just bought like a priest outfit. And then I have little devil horns for my dog. So yeah, we're all just that, I guess. Or I guess Elliot would be an exorcist, I guess. Speaking of my husband Elliot, the music you're listening to right now was written by him. So if you like it, let him know. I don't know. Let's see. Abigail Tantrum, someone from Jane Austen. Okay. Kamaya Morrison, Atasuki member. I don't know what that means. ABC 512 Ghostface, Mikey, Top Gun fighter pilot. I've actually never seen that movie. Amelie Fonger, Adam Sandler. Okay. Chloe's Roach, I'm gonna be the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. Nice. Lindsay Lopez, a clown last minute. Howl at me, dressed as a witch, but Halloween has been rescheduled because of a snowstorm. Oh no, sorry. R.I.P. Halloween. All right, so here is our very first email, and this is from Jamie. Oopsies, what's happening? Here we go. Hi, At Sapphire. By the way, before we keep going, is the audio okay? Is the music too loud? Am I too loud? Let me know in the comments if there's ever any technical issues, and I will see to it that it gets fixed. All right, here we go. Hi, At Sapphire. First of all, is there an address where I can send fun mail to you? In one of your streams, you mentioned a P.O. box, and I couldn't find it on your channel. I love sending happy mail to friends and family. It's been a hobby of mine for over 20 years. That is very cute. And yes, I do. I love listening to and watching your shows, learning new things, and feeling good that there are people out there who experience and feel the same strange things. On to my story. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm burping. There is an antique mall near my house that was once a furniture store, 3 huge floors and a basement. When I moved into my house in 2007, I was happy to have such a cool place to shop within walking distance. The first time I went, I was with my then partner. We browsed the first floor and climbed to the second. That level is like a L-shaped loft/balcony along the side and back of the building. Directly to the right of the stairs was a booth that was, and still is, a little mid-century modern oasis. White wrought iron railing behind the space looking over the first floor, white shag rug, kidney-shaped couch, swag lamps, cocktail tables, anything your brain would associate with that aesthetic, it was there. But the moment I stepped into the space, it felt wrong. The floor felt like it was moving up and down, a cross between a bouncing walkway in a funhouse and a tiny earthquake. I felt sick and sweaty, and the further in I went, the worse it got. I would have put it down to a stomach ache or migraine. But the second I stepped away from the area, I felt fine, just sweaty. My ex wasn't especially fond of thrifting or antiquing, so he was just kind of hanging out by the top of the stairs, waiting for me to be done. Without telling him what I had experienced, I called him over to look at something in that booth. He crossed the threshold, walked a few steps in, stopped, looking confused. "Can we go?" he asked. "I don't feel good." We left, and I never told him what happened because he would have made fun of me. Over the years, I had many more experiences with that particular space. When I brought friends to shop, I was always keen to see their reaction, and it was, without exception, negative. My best friend of nearly 30 years stopped dead one step in, said, "Nope," and backed out. There was a little girl of about 7, once with her aunt, and I was half listening to her trying to talk Auntie into buying toys. Then they went to the mid-century booth, and the little girl asks, "What are you scared of the most?" Without skipping a beat, Auntie says, "Disappointing people." The girl said, "Snakes." It was amazing how quickly their conversation shifted from happy browsing chatter to discussing existential fear. Another time, it was a grandmother and granddaughter, maybe 8 years old, and the girl asked, "If I jumped over the railing in there, would I die?" Grandma was standing at the top of the stairs, catching her breath, and her distracted answer was, "Probably." I've asked the employees if they've ever experienced anything strange around that vendor space, and the answer was almost always a variation of, "It's strange everywhere here." I think maybe they've built up a tolerance to the energy of the place because there's so much of it attached to the items in the building, and even the building itself. One last thing. I love your Oracle group reads. Oh, I got a great deck recently, Liminal Spirits Oracle by Laura Tempest Zakroff. I have a bunch of different decks, but this one has felt like the most home to me. The art is beautiful. I thought you might like to check it out. Thanks again for your stories and for listening. Well, thank you, Jamie, for your email. Halfway through, I realized that my mic input was like turned up more than it usually is. So if I'm too loud, let me know. Hang on, I'm gonna scroll back up. You guys think I sound okay? Okay. Adam, thank you for the super chat. Setting the super chat bar. Also, speaking of making music for the channel, my band and I made you a song. No way. Can you send it to me? Actually, you know what? I feel like I am too loud. I'm going to turn. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I'm going to turn me down a bit because I do think I'm loud. Adam, please send it to me because I love it. I don't even know what it is, but I love it. All right, on to the story. Let's see. Oh, so I have read. I did read that email before. I was pretending I didn't because I already got their mail. Oh, let me cover their address here. How cute is this? How cute is this? So, I do have a P.O. box. It is right here. I don't know if you can see it. P.O. Box 31047, LA, California 90031. So what did you send me? I opened it. I cheated before. I kind of peeked at it, but... So, what is this? It's like a little magazine? Fate magazine? Has anyone heard of this? This is so cool. I think there's a little... Ah! And there's like stickers. Oh my god, oh my god. The stickers are all falling out. Dear Sapphire, thanks for sending me your address. Hope you enjoy your mini pack of fun. When I was in elementary school, an older neighborhood lady would leave Fate magazines on her porch for me to read and return. She told me lots of supernatural stories, a dress that she couldn't cut or burn, a teddy bear that moved by itself, a river monster in the Allegheny. She was a great early example of an adult who was comfortable talking about their beliefs. Thanks again for doing what you do, Jamie. Oh my gosh. So cute. Oh my god. Was I just like... Uh-oh. Okay, I might turn that on later. Thank you, Jamie. Oh, I didn't even respond to your story. Sorry, I'm like so chaotic right now. Yeah, so okay. Antique store. So the way that you are feeling like it going up and down, feeling like an earthquake, yes, that, and you... It depends on what your own personal beliefs on it are, but like typically if you feel nauseous or sick, it is a sign of something a little bit more on the negative side. But not necessarily. It could just mean it's something unfamiliar to you. And the thing about antique stores is like, because everything has such rich history, there's a lot of energy attached to things. But just because... I always tell people, just because something's old doesn't mean that it's more haunted than something else. Like, new things can be haunted too, and old things could be totally fine. It all just depends. So I'm very curious as to why that combination of items, though, has such like strong energy. I wonder, maybe it belonged to someone who's like still around. I'm not sure. Very weird, but thank you for sending that in. Sorry, this like bothers me. I have like this stupid little strand. There we go. All right, our next email. This is from Kimberly. Good morning, Sapphire. I recently discovered your podcast and I am hooked. This week you asked for visits from ghost family stories. So here we go. To begin, I must give you some background information. My father was my hero and my best friend, which to some people sounds weird. When I was 3, my mother walked away from our family. Oh no, I forgot to bring water. That was bad. Okay. My mother walked away from our family, and my father was left to raise 2 young children, my brother and me. He also worked shift work, which wasn't easy. It takes a village. He did an amazing job raising us. I can't even put it into words. Fast forward to me turning 36 and receiving the worst possible news that my father had stage 4 lung cancer. He had a treatment plan in place and was ready to begin chemo and immunotherapy. Suffice to say that he didn't even get a chance to fight as he passed on September 13th, 2018, 3 months after the initial diagnosis, from complications with blood clots. I was able to make it to the hospital before he passed and was able to thank him for everything he did for our family and for being the best father a little girl could have. After the funeral was over, I was in a sea of loss and I couldn't handle any emotions. Every day was a struggle to get through. Life became what I would describe just make it to the next day and the next and the next, and so on. I visited his grave often, and one day I said, just give me a sign that you're okay so I can be okay. That night, as I lay in bed, I heard a shuffle kind of footsteps in my room. Then near my feet, I felt someone sit on my mattress and put a hand softly on my calf. I did not move an inch, silent tears streaming down my face as I realized, yes, Kimberly, this is what you asked for. I said, "Thanks for letting me know, Dad." He did exactly what I asked. He let me know he was okay. That was a gift. I feel him less and less these days, but he still sends our family signs. Blue butterflies by our family pool, cardinals, and multiple pennies and dimes. I was so lucky to have had him as a father, and I know he's watching over us in heaven. Thank you for taking the time to read this story. I really love your podcast. Kimberly Mower. Well, thank you for sharing that, Kimberly. Very sorry for your loss, but this is such a beautiful story, and also just like a really great example of how the spirit world isn't all just spooky stuff. Like, it's also very beautiful and sweet and poignant, and, you know, like, spirits are on a spectrum, just like how people are on a spectrum. Yeah. So, man, I really wish I brought my water in here, because my mouth is super dry. All right, y'all. It's time for the very first animated story. Are you guys ready? So, do I need to intro this? I guess not. So if at any point, I don't think I've ever streamed like a video during a stream. So if there's any technical issues, please let me know right away so I can fix it. Before we begin, wait, why did I say that? No, we're gonna get right in. All right, here we go. You ready? New animated story. Here we go. "20-year-old Emma and Jordan were from a small town in the middle of nowhere. And when you're surrounded by vast forests, stories are bound to be born. Local legend had it that there was a deadly creature deep in the North Forest, that anyone who encountered it was met with immediate death, only their bloody remains serving as proof of the monster's existence. And on that cold Halloween night, Jordan had planned for them to capture evidence. Emma would have been fine spending the holiday, which also happened to be their 5-month anniversary, curled up on a couch watching slasher films and handing out candy. The last few weeks of their relationship had felt a little off. Emma seemed more distant, tired, moody. She didn't want to go out as much. Jordan thought she might have been getting bored of him. He had the sinking feeling that she was planning on breaking up with him soon, but he wasn't ready for that. He believed he could convince her that there was still some fire left in their relationship. So on Halloween night, he picked Emma up and drove them to the edge of the woods. Nothing like hunting for a cryptid to spice things up, right? "Jordan, why are we doing this?" "'Cause it'll be fun! We'll have much better luck finding this thing if we split up. If you run into any trouble, just wave your flashlight above your head like this, and I'll come running right over to you. Do you think we can talk about something first?" Let's talk after. Good luck." Jordan gave Emma a playful shove in the opposite direction. Emma pointed her light and headed into the trees. After about 5 minutes, Emma's phone rang. "Hey, Lisa." "Hey, how did it go?" "I haven't had a chance to tell him yet." "Are you... Emma, you can't keep putting it off. You have to make a decision, you know?" I know. It's hard. I mean, this could change my life forever. What if I just don't ever tell him and run away and never talk to him again?" "Emma." "I know, God. It's so not fair. Guys will never know what this feels like." A twig snapped nearby. Emma froze. The bush near her continued to rustle. Emma pointed her phone and flashlight towards the sound. High-pitched wails began to echo around her. Emma slowly approached the bush and pulled back the leaves. Inside was an abandoned newborn baby. Emma was mortified. She began waving her flashlight above her head. About 100 yards away, Jordan spotted Emma's circling light and hurried through the trees, never keeping his eyes off it. He came to a clearing and was stunned by what he saw. Emma was strung up to the branch of a tree, hung by her own shoelaces. What was left of her partially eaten body spinning around and around. Her flashlight jammed into her mouth, creating the circle of light in the air. Jordan dropped everything and screamed. He tugged at Emma's feet to pull her down, but she wasn't budging. Then, a high-pitched wailing echoed behind him. Jordan turned around to find a small, newborn baby with blood smeared all over its mouth. Unexpected babies really do change everything. In Filipino mythology, there is a creature called the tiyanak. It lurks in the forest and cries like a human baby. Once it's drawn you in, it will take on its true vampiric form and consume you. There are several origin stories for this creature. One is that they are the spirits of children whose mothers died before childbirth, which then causes them to be born in the ground, and they become spirits of the earth. Another is that they are the offspring of a woman and an aswang. After the Christianization of the Philippines, this creature was thought to be the spirit of babies who died before being baptized. No matter how they are created, you better hope you never run into one. Yay! The Chinook! How many of you, while you were watching, figured out what it was gonna be? And weren't their clothes super cool? So if you haven't seen, I have new merch! And I'm wearing one of it right now. This is a shirt with me reading stories to my dogs. It's available at StoriesWithSapphire.etsy.com. So there, I've got this shirt, and I've also got a shirt that has the graphic that the what's her name? Oh no, I forget the character's name. That the girl was wearing. So there's also a hoodie, and then also a shirt version of that. So yeah, StoriesWithSapphire.etsy.com. Go get yours today. All right. And if you are joining us, hi, Rani, hi. And if you're joining later, if you joined late, near the end of the stream, I will be giving a personal card reading to the top super chat donators. So if you want to be in the running for that, is that how I would say that? So far, Adam Lombardo is in the lead. Thank you, Adam. Oh, thank you for the other super chat. It would suck to be the husband and find out your wife cheated within a song. Honey, why did our child come out a spider? I know, right? Oh, Idol. Oh no. ID Killer 21. Thank you for getting a t-shirt. Stephanie, can I ask you why you left Snarled? And by the way, your animation. Oh. I have a whole video on why I left. And it's on my channel if you just search for Life After Something Scary. Because I keep getting asked so much. But yeah, I left for a lot of different reasons. Okay. How many of you in the chat knew about the Chinook before this video? I know all my Filipinos did. All right, here is the next email. Okay, I hope I don't mess this up. Hi there. I started listening to your podcast about a month ago. I stumbled upon it on Spotify. It's great. I love the stories and the way you tell them. I also love that you pass on a bit of advice to listeners when you read their stories. I have one for you. It's kind of weird and I truly don't know. I do believe there's a spirit world, but sometimes I feel like it's just in my head and maybe I'm making things up. Here's the reason I'm emailing you. I'll start from a few nights ago. I live alone with my puppy, and this weekend I felt like there was a presence in my house. And I ignored it because I felt like it was just in my head due to the stories I've been listening to. Sunday night, I couldn't sleep at all. I would fall asleep, then suddenly be woken up and was restless all night. Monday night, same thing, but less. And last night as well, but less than Monday. Today, my sister called me and told me that she experienced that same thing Monday night and last night. My sister went for a massage today. She called me right after. Important to the story, I was sitting on my back deck for 90% of this conversation. So my sister was telling her massage therapist of her irregular sleep. I should add it's her regular massage therapist, so she goes often. Her therapist says, "Have you had a grandmother pass away recently?" Yes. And the therapist goes on to describe what the grandma looks like. Red hair dyed with henna, flowy clothes, Pakistani-style clothes, and a headscarf, short and a little wide. She described our paternal grandmother to a T. She said my sister and I have a gift, and she heard gift repeating a few times. Then she proceeded to see childhood images of us and described my sister's personality when she was a child. My sister asked questions such as, "Why are you here? Are you stuck here?" Grandmother's not stuck. She's free to come and go as she pleases. However, she has immense sorrow for her behavior and her son, my father's, behavior to our family. She was asking for forgiveness. There were more details, but it's a long story to type out. Then, my sister asks if Mama is there. That's our late uncle. We were very close. The massage therapist has no idea who Mama is. However, she says there's a man in the room as well. She says she sees images of water, weeds, and rocks. He drowned in an accident at the beach. She proceeded to tell us his children's ages when he passed and how Mama is worried for his eldest son as he blames himself for the accident. She says, "He's warning that you have 3 years to help him understand it's not his fault." She told us the whole story of how the event took place as we were not with them at the beach when he passed. We arrived shortly after he went under the water. Shortly after she tells me this, I hear static on the phone, but my sister didn't hear anything. I'm in the middle of a dense city. My cell connection is always perfect, never had any issues, except today. So we thought the first few times were strange. Then we thought, well, maybe it's Mama. So we started asking questions. 1 static for yes, 2 for no. We asked many questions. One in particular is it only you here with us? No. So we guessed a few names and we got no. Then my sister said maybe it's the whole ancestral family, and the static noise came at once. Yes. We thought that was strange, and we proceeded to talk about dreams we've had about our late maternal grandfather and uncle. And we would hear single static occasionally. It felt like they were confirming the dream was real. I looked at the time and I needed to give my puppy dinner, so I told my sister I'm going inside, and I get up with my phone in my hand and I hear 2 loud static noises, as if to say, "No, don't go inside." I think no one or nothing is inside, like what a weird thing to say no to. My hand gets a little shock as I touch the doorknob. I open the door and take 1 step inside and feel like my house is full of people, but no one's in there. It's as if all the seats on my dining table are taken, and same with my couch. No one on the swing chair or the bar stool on my island. This is all visible from my back patio door. I slowly stepped back outside and closed the door. I said, "I'm freaked out a bit now. Please leave my home. The only one allowed to stay is my Mama." So I hang out outside for a moment and go back. And there's only 1 presence on the couch, directly facing me. Again, no shadows or anything, just a presence. I get my dog's food and shortly after tell my sister that's enough for today. We say goodbye, everyone, and hang up the phone. Hours later, and I still feel the presence. I have way more details and info and other much shorter stories that I'd like to share, but this email's getting long. Is this all just coincidence or partially just in our heads, or could this be real? I would love your thoughts. Thank you for your time. Hafsa Raza. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. Before I respond to it, let me check the chat if there's anything I missed. Now we're good. Okay. So first things first, I definitely believe that you experienced exactly what you think you experienced. The interesting thing about getting a massage, like, there is so much power in touch, like that's the reason why, like, people get Reiki healings and things like that. Like, there's so much energy that gets transferred during a session like that. So it's not surprising to me that this massage therapist was able to also see these things happening. Also, the static, like, hearing static happen like that is not something that would happen randomly, and it's not something that you can control either. So to me, that feels very, like, yeah, that was definitely supernatural, you know, because maybe I don't understand phones, but, like, to me, that feels like very, very intentional and not something that you can, like, imagine or make up. Really interesting about how you felt like your house was full, though. That's, I don't know, that's kind of cool. But yeah, I think we spend so much of our time trying to rationalize things because, you know, like woo-woo stuff and, like, talking about energy and the paranormal and, like, the supernatural, it's all kind of still frowned upon in the mainstream, I guess, because people just think that you have an imagination. And I think it's that doubt that makes us, oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on what I'm trying to say. Like, that's the only thing that's making us question it, is the fact that we know that other people would question it too. But if what we feel inside, like, if we are so confident in, like, what we're feeling and experiencing, I feel like that should matter, because it is real, because your feelings are real. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Ranny, yes, spirits definitely can affect technology. Yes, they can. Demonizer 133, cool shirt. Is that merch, or where do you get that? Great question. It is merch. It is merch. StoriesWithSapphire.etsy.com, and Sapphire spelled with 2 P's. Oh, there's my name right there. Sapphire. Jennifer, we are always trying to understand the world around physical and spiritual. Ernesto, thanks for catching the live. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I addressed all the things I wanted to address from that story. But yes, you're not crazy. And on it, like, that's part of why I even started this podcast, is because I wanted to create, like, a safe space for people to share these experiences without feeling like they're going to be judged or that they're crazy. Because that's kind of the first step, is just acknowledging that, like, wait, what I experienced is real and it's not in my head. Sometimes it is. Sometimes there is a rational explanation. But that's the thing. It's like, we can't be so afraid to talk about it that we can't figure out what it is. You know what I mean? I think having a healthy skepticism is really important too, because you don't want to be, like, too cuckoo bananas, like, all the way on, you know, just jumping in the deep end every time. Because not everything is paranormal. But, you know, if you understand your intuition well enough, then you are able to discern easier, you know? But yeah, so the first step is trusting. And then also having a community of people that you can, like, share your stories with. And also the other thing, another thing that I think is so cool is when I get emails from people who are like, I heard a story from your podcast and I had experienced the exact same thing and I had no idea that that was a thing. And then to me, it's just like, that just proves that like these things are so much more common and more universal than we even know. And it's not until you hear someone else experiencing the same thing that you realize you're not alone. So anyways, that's the whole point of why, that's why we're here. That's why I'm here. This is my whole purpose. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Adam. Be open-minded, but not so open-minded that your brain falls out. Yes, exactly. You want to don't let your brain fall out. I don't know what this was. Okay. Oh my gosh. Is it time already? It's time for a tarot reading. Well, Adam, you were the super chatter, so you get a reading. All right. And before I continue, I also offer tarot and bone readings. You could sign up for that at StoriesWithSapphire.com if you want to learn more about it. Okay, Adam. You can ask a question in the chat if you want, or I can just do like a general thing if you want. Let me grab my cards. Also, so I haven't used these yet, but they're really spooky looking, and I figured for Halloween that might be a cool one to use. And then after this reading, I have another animated video to share with you. And then we're done. And then no more Halloween live stream. I don't know why I said it like that. They're so cool. Look at this. Look at this art. As I show you none of the art. Wow, that was the worst way to fan out cards. I was like, look at the art. But it's like skeletons and stuff. Okay, I don't know if I've even shuffled these yet. All right, Adam. I don't know if it's general or specific. I'll shuffle till I get a response from you. Genesis Malectim. When you say Chanak, try saying Chanak, flow it together. Chanak. Here's the thing, I hear it pronounced different ways. So like I don't know what's the right one. Is it Chanak? Like Anak, but with a cha? Chanak? Because I've heard Chianak, where it's like with a Y. Adam, could just do a general one unless the heart of the cards knows when I'll get an Alpha Lotus with a Gen 1 signature. I have no idea what those words mean. Like, at all. Oh my god. Oh! These just like, okay. These were like, here's your cards. That was weird. Sorry, what's your question? Unless, okay, the heart, okay. When I'll get an Alpha Lotus with a Gen 1 signature. Oh, interesting. Like, when? You're asking when? Well, it's definitely going to happen. This is such a silly reading. Because you've got the world. The world is completion, feeling whole, literally having the world, and then completing a chapter and figuring out what's next. So I feel like, yes, you are going to get it. And also Ace of Cups. Ace is the number 1, and Cups is related to the heart. So I think this is just saying like, yeah, you're gonna get it. Maybe just be patient. I don't know. You pull the Alpha Lotus card. Baller Magic the Gathering card. I see. I've pulled a M31 twice, not an alpha. Okay, that wasn't really a when. Let's see. Is that a when? There you go. I think this is just saying like, just chill. It'll come when it comes. Do you have another question, Adam? I don't know if that was good enough for $25. Kamaya Morrison, how do tarot cards work? Oh, I love talking about this. Okay, so a really good analogy. Here's the thing. There's like a woo-woo explanation, and there's a very, very rational explanation. And I like to start with the rational one because it's easier for people to digest most of the time. So if you have ever flipped a coin to make a decision, if you're like, I don't know if I should get this flavor of ice cream or this flavor of ice cream. It's terrible. I love ice cream. I want ice cream right now. And then you flip the coin and it gives you a response. But immediately you're like, oh, that's not what I wanted. I want the other one. Tarot cards are just complicated coins. So in my opinion, the most helpful way they can be, or the most helpful way to use them, is to think of them like that, complicated coins, complex coins, when you are trying to make decisions or find guidance or be pointed in a certain direction. It's the reaction. It's more about the reaction to the card than the card itself. So, you know, if you're like, I'm thinking about leaving my job, but I don't know. And then if someone's giving you a reading and they're like, yeah, you should leave your job. But then in your body, you're like, wait, I don't think I want that. Then that's telling you what you want. That's all it is. It's just tarot cards help you tap into your intuition in an easier way, I guess. And then the woo-woo explanation is that tarot cards, they all represent a different archetype and a different type of energy that you can experience in your life. And the person who's like reading the cards, they are tapping into their hands are being guided by spirit. And so that's why sometimes when I shuffle, I like to let it pop out, because to me it's like spirit being like, here you go. This is the card. I guess that's not that woo-woo of an explanation, but yeah. And then also, they're tarot cards, you can use them to communicate with spirit, things like that. It's really cool and I love it. And I like using it on investigations, on paranormal investigations. I will walk around a location and just shuffle, and then a card will fall out, and the card usually like gives information about like something that happened in that spot, or like a spirit that's in the area. It's really cool. I love cards. Ranny, I want ice cream. I just discovered Wanderlust and they have Filipino flavors. Yes, Wanderlust is Filipino owned, and they have a lot of really good vegan flavors too. I don't even know where the nearest one to me is. Great, now I want it. Now I just want ice cream. Demonizer 133. This is the best explanation, the rational one for tarot cards and coin flipping that I've ever heard. Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, and that's the thing. I always, when explaining anything magical or occult, I think in my experience, it's always helpful to start with like a very, very basic, easy way to understand it. And then once someone's on board with that, then you can just like add on. Otherwise, you just like, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like I'm at a loss for words all the time lately. You push people away where they're like, huh? What? And then they're like not in the mood. Kamaya Morrison, other than buying the hoodie, yay! I will most definitely buy reading in the future, trying to see if I have something other than bad luck. Oh, what does that mean? I'm still shuffling. Adam, did you want... I felt bad. I don't know if that reading was good enough for you. I felt like it was... I mean, those two, like, fell out. They were like, no, this is for him. But if you want another one, I'm happy to. Yeah, I'll pull one card for everyone. Actually, wait, I don't want to do this deck for that. I want to use this one. An oracle one. Magic morsels. How cute is this? I've used this on the stream before. It is all food themed. Oh, great. I've got food and ice cream on my mind right now. So if we get the ice cream card, I don't know if there's an ice cream card. If we get the ice cream card, that'll be really cool. All right, so this is going to be a collective reading for everyone in the chat and anyone who watches the stream later. How cute is that? It's like shiny on the side. Maayong buntag at the Sapphire. I don't think it's buntag anymore. Boontag. I don't think it's buntag anymore. It's Hapon now for me. Might be hot. Might be butag for you. Pull the ice cream card. Oh, my Sugabo. I finally got to see this live. Hey, Sapphire, I'm Bisaya too. Yay! Are you... What part? Are you Cebuano? Sapphire, you definitely need to eat something after this. Yeah. Come on, ice cream card. If I get the ice cream card, I'm gonna go get ice cream after this. Wait. It fell. Oh no, okay, it's not ice cream. Hang on, wait. Sorry, make sure I didn't drop any other cards. We got the candy box. Oh, love. That's so sweet. How cute is this? Candy. Okay, I'll eat candy after this. What number is that? 6? Alright. Candy box. The candy box deals with love of all sorts, whether it be romantic love, friendship, or self-love. This card is asking to examine how to give and receive it to yourself or others. Ingredients: self-love, gifts, love, and friendship. So my self-love is giving myself ice cream. So that's what I will do after this stream. Actually, oh my gosh, you know what? That is really appropriate though, because it's Halloween. I legit forgot it was Halloween for a second, guys. It's Halloween. Everyone's trick-or-treating and going to strangers' houses and getting sweets and treats. You know, you can envision, if you're going trick-or-treating, envision that you're receiving love from all of these people. Because if you think about it, it is really sweet. Like, you know, these houses aren't charging for the candy. Like, everyone has just agreed to buy a bunch of sweets and hand them out for free. Like, that's really cool. So yeah, candy box. Happy Halloween, everyone. May Sugabo. I don't know if you're saying your last name right. I don't know if I'm saying your last name right. My mom's from Davao. Oh my god, is it Davao or Davao? I have no idea. And my dad is from... Oh, no way! Your dad is from Sikihor? Does he have any cool stories? I am dying to visit Sikihor. I know I'm not saying that right either. Candy box. Sometimes love is sweet, other times it tastes like toothpaste. All right, everyone. So that's the end of the card portion. Ugh, I think I dropped my cards. You guys ready for the next animated story? And the final thing of our stream. This is like probably my favorite story that I've ever made. I say that about every animated video I make, but I truly like love this one so much. It's probably gonna be demonetized because it's a little cuckoo bananas. All right, I hope you enjoy it though, because I love it so much. It's so silly. Here we go.
Trent, Carver, and Jared were hanging out at their favorite bowling alley, mostly because Trent's brother Sean would work weeknights alone and everything would be on the house, whether the alley knew it or not. Carver was scrolling through his feed, video after video of kids their age pulling off dangerous but impressive parkour challenges. I can't believe Isaac's baby stuff is trending. We can definitely top this. Don't worry, I already came up with the perfect idea, said Trent. He pointed towards the pin setters at the end of the lanes. Once a ball goes in, there's 3 seconds before the pin sweeper comes down. Sean said it's powerful enough to chop you like that. We're gonna see who can go in and out the fastest. Bro, you're a genius. No, you're insane. That's impossible. Jared, don't be an idiot. Sean's gonna flip the switch off when we're in, count to 4, then turn it on as we come out. We're gonna fake it. We gotta one-up Isaac. Isaac's not faking his videos. Trent just rolled his eyes. He turned towards the front and gave Sean the signal that they were about to start. Carver held up his phone and began to record as Trent ran towards the end of the lane. Jared could barely keep his eyes open as Trent laid on the ground and slid his neck underneath the pin sweeper. Carver chanted, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trent slid back out. The sweeper missed his hair by inches. Trent laughed and danced his way back down the lane. Trent then filmed Carver as he did the same. 4, 3, 2, 1. Carver narrowly avoided the giant metal slab. Trent turned his phone to Jared. Your turn, Superman. Jared stared down the length of the lane. He was used to chasing adrenaline with his friends, BMXing down mountains, surfing huge waves. This felt a lot different, though. This required a lot of trust in Sean. Jared looked back at Sean, who gave him a thumbs up. Jared took a deep breath and ran down the lane. Halfway down, he jumped onto his stomach, arms outstretched, gliding down the rest of the lane like a hero. He could hear his friends cheering behind him. He pulled his body under, even further than the others had, past the pin sweeper and under the pin setter. The chanting began. 4. Jared began to slide his body out. 3. But his cape got stuck on a mechanism. 2. Wait! 1. Jared ripped the cape from his neck. Jared caught his breath. His return to the other side of the alley felt much less heroic, despite Trent and Carver's cheers. Even a little kid the next lane over was cheering along. Jared was still shaken after his brush with death. He wanted to shove Trent for being such a jerk. But after seeing how impressive it looked on camera, he finally began to laugh along with his friends. Davey? Davey? Where's Davey? Pin setters kill people every year, and yet people don't seem to heed these warnings. The next time you hit record, ask yourself, are the views worth it?
And there it is. A horror story about a bowling alley. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you liked it as much as I did. It's very silly. No. Jonathan Katzen, no capes. What's her name? Edna. Edna had it right. No capes. I know. I love how the chat's delayed. So I'm sitting here like, oh, okay, I guess. Adam, that was actually a blend of depressing and hilarious. Deprarious? Oh my gosh. I told you it was cuckoo bananas. And that's that. And that's Halloween, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'll replug all the stuff I mentioned in case you missed it. Let's see. What do I need? Okay. There's something scary. Oh my god. I almost said something scary. The Stories with Sapphire podcast is still going. I haven't been posting it to YouTube because I've honestly just forgotten. So I'm going to start reposting stories to YouTube though. But the podcast is still releasing new episodes every other Wednesday, available wherever you listen to podcasts. And I have new merch. You go to storieswithsapphire.etsy.com and you can get a cool shirt like this or a hoodie. I also do bone and tarot readings, and you can sign up at storieswithsapphire.com. You can also submit your stories to storieswithsapphire@gmail.com. And I believe that's it. I hope you all have a really amazing Halloween. Amazing and safe Halloween. And I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, I'll see you soon. I don't think I'm going to do the Wednesday live stream tomorrow since I did this. So I'll see you next week. Bye. Oh yeah, also, oh my gosh, Ghost Town Terror, new episodes on Thursdays at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. And it's on Discovery Plus app and Max app. It's the season finale. Oh yeah, this week is the season finale. This is when it all comes to a close. So I hope you watch it. All right. Bye everyone. Don't go bowling tonight.